everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever since I've said that. I am so sorry. I did post on my Snapchat recently that I don't have my Wi-Fi up yet since we moved recently, so it's having some issues, but once I have everything worked out, I will have this video up for you guys. This is like a mini series that I want to do. I want to do several different looks, honestly, doing holiday makeup look for you guys. Most likely during the holidays like Christmas or New Year's, I will be having my baby, but I will have these videos up before, obviously, so you can use them for that day. This is a super glam look, glitter, as you guys can see, everything very full coverage, but it's just a stunning look that you can use for a party, dinner, a date, anything. You know, it's the season to be sparkly, all these fall looks. And I did use this palette from Milani. It's the Pure Passion one. There's several ones, but I really liked how this looked, and I hope you guys are liking my videos and that you guys are gonna be into this like kind of holiday look, which I'm really excited to do because there's so many looks for the holidays. Wearable, you know, some a little bit more glam, some just kind of like everyday holiday look. But I will have that up for you guys. I know it's a long intro. I just have a lot to say. But before we get into this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me. Click the little subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you guys are notified every time I upload, and we can get started. As always, I already have my brows done. Today I went with a very bold like Instagram brow, like, you know, where they look totally like fake drawn on, but like just kind of perfect in a way, just because the theme I'm going for, like holiday look, you know, you're gonna be taking pictures, you're gonna be going out, and always in photos you looked washed out. So even though you put a lot of makeup, like you would think, in photos they appeared less. So if you guys see me using this little mirror throughout, I'm just mentioning it because I know some of you will ask me like, oh, where'd you buy that mirror? But this is actually from my little sister's quince. It's like the little recuerditos that they hand out, and I think it's really cute because it's like a two-side, you know, it has like, I don't know which one's which, but one's like a regular mirror and the other one's like a close-up, and I think these are like perfect to have if, you know, you're having them in your purse, or also the close-up one is really good for like doing details in your eyeshadow or doing your brows, plunking them or whatever. But just, yeah, that's why it says me shit. So I just wanted to mention that because it was really cute. So I recently bought a few things. I will, like I mentioned in the beginning, I will try to have some that are drugstore and some high-end, but I'm recently trying out this new eyeshadow primer. You guys know I usually like to use concealer and then I set it. So, you know, for my eyeshadow, I just feel like that's what works best for me and that's what helps me blend my shadows easier. But I recently started trying out primers, and I started with drugstore obviously because it's more affordable, and then, you know, if it doesn't work out, I didn't feel like I spent a lot of money. But this is the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is in the shade 01 Nude. So it says apply to clean dry lids, blend well from lash line to brow, allow to set for 30 seconds. So it does come out to be like kind of like a pale color, but then it goes away. And I've been using this for a couple of times. I'm already a little down to here, but it really just made my eyeshadow pop, like the colors not setting it, and I was afraid it was gonna crease, but it didn't. So I really like that, and it's affordable. I'm not sure how much it is, but if I'm able to find out, I will link it for you guys. So I just take a little, literally like that. Like, you have to take much. I took a bunch the first time and I didn't know what to do. I had like waste a bunch. So just with a flat brush like this, I'm gonna go ahead and take that all over my lid. The only concealer I have on my eyelids are from carving out my eyebrows, but I didn't take that down to my eyelid. But I am gonna take this a little up to my brows since I will be adding color there. And I'm sure there's different kinds of eyeshadow primers that have like tinted, just in case you want to, you know, kind of hide, you know, your under your eyelid color or any veins or anything. But I'm going for the nude first, and then I will eventually try different eyeshadow primers that have a tint to it so I can let you guys know which ones work out best for me and if they're really worth it. I know a lot of people talk about the Urban Decay one and the NARS. I know the Urban Decay isn't tinted, but the NARS just came out with the new tinted one. So if I really feel like it's worth spending money on an eyeshadow primer, I would probably purchase one of those. If not, I'll just stick to my concealer and powder. So I'm not going to set this. I'm actually going to let it kind of dry for a little. And I'm going to show you guys what palette I will be using. I'm very impressed with this palette. It is drugstore. They recently came out with a new one, which is the one I have. And they have 3 other palettes. So they have 4 in total. This is the Milani Precious Petal. Let me not blind you guys. This is stunning. Stunning, stunning. It looks like this. Tell me if it doesn't scream holidays. Like all this burgundy, and then it has neutrals. So you have 2 rows of shimmers and then 2 rows of matte. And it's incredible. And there is, like I said, 3 more. And I can link them for you guys. Usually they're sold out at my local Walmart. But recently they're doing like a holiday set. And there was a bunch on sale. So I grabbed one. I think originally these are $14 if I'm correct, and I mean they are stunning. I will show you guys different ways to use this palette and how beautiful they blend. So it's pretty dried down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small brush like this. I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here. They have names in the back, but they're a little confusing. This is Truth or Bear. So I'm just going to take this on my brow bone kind of to highlight it, as you would call it, just so that way when we put on all the other shades, they blend nicely and they don't overpower my eyelid. Transition shade. First I'll be going in with this shade right here. This eyeshadow very like dramatic, I guess you want to say, very bold. We're going to have glitter and all that fun stuff. But I have created everyday looks or even more like matte toned down looks with this palette, and it's amazing. But for today I want to go a little glam glitter, you know. So starting on the outside, you see how pigment they are, and it helps. This eyeshadow base really does help with it. So Milani did good on their eyeshadow primer. So I usually start on the outside and build it up there. And then I slightly take it in. And you know, with eyeshadows like this, it's always building it up slowly. A lot of people think, oh, if I go in with a lot, then I'll kind of just get it over with. But if you go in with a lot at first, it's going to be a lot harder to blend. And then you're going to spend a lot more time trying to blend it than actually placing it down. And I usually like to go in circular motions first, kind of like blend it out nicely. You know, and like I said, this is our transition shade. So it's just kind of like an all over. Once we have that one laid out, we're going to start putting a little depth more into our eyes. Go ahead and take my favorite color in this whole palette, which is this one right here. This is a burgundy, like brown. This is called Spice It Up. Beautiful, beautiful color. And first I'm going to start on, like, I've opened up my eyes. The brush fits in my eyebrow socket right here. That's where I'm going to first place it. And then I can open my eyes later to kind of blend it. But that's mainly where I want this color to go. And then to blend it, I'll do little circular motions. But wiper motions to kind of spread it out. And again, we're building up these colors. And I like to take it from the tip, so that way I know I'm not pressing too hard and I don't, you know, make this eyeshadow patchier. Once we have this color basically laid down, we're going to add a little bit more dimension on the outside because, like I said, we'll be cutting our eyelid, well, with glitter, and we just want the outside to be very, like, dimensioned, so the glitter just, like, pops. So I'm going to take a small brush, take this shade and a little bit of this one. One is called Late Date and the other one is Heat Is On. Super cute names. So a little bit of this first, and then just a dab of the other one. And this is gonna go just on the outside. And then once we put on glitter, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this color later. You know, depending on how much dimension I want. But for now, this is just so the crease looks nice when I cut it. Just a little dimension. And then with the first shade, or with the first brush, just go over everything. Make sure everything's blended. No harsh lines. I will be using glitter, but I do want like a base for the glitter. I'm going to go ahead and pop just like a neutral shade. I'm going to be taking this light champagne right here. That one is called Afterglow. I'm not going to spray it or anything because this is literally just going to be like a nice base for the glitter. The glitter that I'll be using, I'll show you guys. Brush, just a little. This is seriously a really pretty shimmer. And when you spray it, I feel like it pops even more. Like that. So now the glitter I'm going to be using is glitter right here. This is called Miss Metal. I'm not sure what shade, but it just says 04 Gizmo. And it's this copper beautiful glitter like this. Let me show you guys how it looks on the back of my hand. Ooh, so beautiful, and it dries pretty fast. So I'm going to show you guys kind of speed through. I'm just going to start in the center, and then I'll slowly take it up and just spread it out like that. Just like that. Ah, beautiful. Let it dry just a little, and then I'll blend the harsh lines. But look how stunning this eyeshadow is. Like, I am super impressed and think it's beautiful. Just go ahead and take a little bit of this red with this color right here. And we're gonna add a little bit dimension and start just fusing, like, you know, the harsh line right here. You can slightly go on top of the glitter, but just be careful not to rub it off. But there we go. Perfect. On to complexion. I already moisturized my face using my L'Oreal Hydra Genius moisturizer. You guys know I love, love, love this stuff. It is an amazing moisturizer. There is for oily skin and for dry skin, and it's affordable, it smells amazing, and it's really changed my like whole skincare routine. But I will make another video on that. So I've tried, like, I've been doing my makeup a lot lately, and I have like a routine that I have found that I really like, and I like the way my foundation looks on top of it. And it's using the Too Faced Hangover, which are that hydrates, so like a moisturizer. And for my T-zone, like this area right here, the e.l.f. Poreless. I know a lot of people have like mixed emotions about this, but I feel like with primers like this, since they're kind of like, if you put them all over your face, they're gonna start breaking up, but they're not meant for that. They're meant for your pore areas, like where you have more pores, and I have them on my nose. So first I pat it and then I gently rub it in, but these are supposed to kind of be patted into your skin because they're filling in your pores. Does that make sense? So first I'm going to take a little bit of this. I take about 2 pumps. I rub it all over my fingers. And this moisturizer, or this primer, I say moisturizer because it feels like a moisturizer, but seriously makes a difference. And if you wanted to splurge a little bit, like on an expensive primer, I would definitely invest in this. I'm not sure how much it was, but I know it's not super expensive, but it's not drugstore either, but it's really nice. And it starts feeling really tacky, so it makes my makeup last, honestly. and it's super nice. And it smells like coconut, so if you like coconut, there you go. So for this, like I said, I take just a little like this. It's literally nothing. And I take that on my fingers and I start to kind of massage it into my nose, because that's where my pores are like huge. And it seriously makes the makeup from my nose stay on longer. You know, it doesn't fade as easy. And I take this kind of on my smile lines as well, because that's where I tend to crease a little. So just a little. And you can automatically see that my pores look like blurred out. So it's really nice. I like it. And it's super affordable. So alrighty, so once I do that, I finally went and purchased my shade in this foundation. Every time I do makeup on my clients, this is the foundation I use, because not only does it look amazing in photos, it literally is full coverage, it's affordable, and it makes your skin look like a doll, like flawless. I really like it. This is the Maybelline Super Stay foundation. I got mine in the shade Warm Nude. So one thing I do always emphasize about this foundation is it does oxidize. So that means that you applicate it, it will tend to darken maybe like a shade down. I'm not sure why it does that, but it does. And it's a little hassle, you know, but like I said, the Warm Nude, once it oxidizes, looks really good. So, and obviously for winter, I like a full coverage foundation, just because, like I said, I'm going to be taking photos. I know I'm going to be wearing it for a long time, and I want something reliable and affordable. It's only $9.99, I believe, $10. So I shake it up first, and I'm going to blend it out using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm going to take 2 pumps on the back of my head. Oh, let me put my hair back. And I kind of take like this, and I make little lines first, just like that. And first I take it with the brush, just because I feel like that's where I'm going to get the most coverage out of it, because you know sponges tend to soak up a little. And I like this brush, it's affordable, and it doesn't leave a lot of streak marks, you know, from the brush. But I still go in with the sponge just because it's like my routine, and I feel like it makes it look a little more flawless. You guys can see right away, this is like full on coverage. What's left with my sponge, and I will go ahead and press this nicely into my skin so it looks flawless. The LA Pro Concealer in the shade Tawny, I believe it is. I really like this concealer. And it's affordable. I just don't really like the applicator that much, but it is more of a thicker concealer, so if you aren't into that, you know, maybe you won't like it. But I have really bad under eye, like really dark, and this seriously covers it. It's perfect for cutting your crease, and also it doesn't crease. Like, I've used it and I thought, oh, because it's a thicker formula, it's gonna crease. It stayed on. Like I said, I'm adding a little more of everything that I usually would, just because, you know, if you're gonna be taking pictures or you're gonna be wearing it for a long time, you're just gonna want more of a full coverage effect. I'm not gonna do this inner corner yet. I've learned doing it with a brush, I'm not gonna mess up my eyeshadow, and I'm more precise with it. Even though this sponge is really nice and it does get in there, I don't want to like risk, you know, doing too much and messing up my eyeshadow. I'm looking really pale and scary, but once we start bronzing up, I won't look as scary. This small like dense brush, and I go in here. Contour, I'll be using the Wet n Wild stick in the shade Call Me Maple. So what I do is I usually just go straight, but I felt like sometimes it was taking away some of my foundation. So I've learned, rub it in the back of your hand, warm it up, just like that, and then taking whatever brush you're going to use or your sponge, taking it and then putting it on with the brush. It makes it look a lot smoother, like less harsh, and you're more precise with it because you know you're taking the brush directly. And seriously, I feel like it made it look more like skin-like, if you want to say. I thought it was really pretty. So just a few techniques, you know, you want to use. It's always just kind of learning what works best for you. And I feel like every day I try something new. I practice something new with my makeup. You know, depending on what I feel like looks really good on me, what works. Go over it with my sponge just to make sure everything is blended nicely. The face, obviously you guys know this is like a staple in my routine, using the NYX Banana shade. This, like a brightener and powder to set your under eyes, makes such a difference. And honestly, this one from NYX is like super duper good. And honestly, I thought, you know, putting a lot of powder under my eyes would make it crease, but no, it just makes it look like really, really like airbrush kind of look. And it keeps my concealer in place all day. You guys can just see the difference. Seriously, it does make a much needed difference, brightening up those areas. To my face, I like to take like a big fluffy brush but kind of dense, and I just purchased a new one from Maybelline. This is the Fit Me Loose Powder in Light Medium. This is an amazing powder. Seriously, it just doesn't look powdery, if that makes sense. And I kind of press it into my skin. I don't like go in circular motions because I feel like that kind of takes off my makeup. So I press it into my skin, take it down. These are tinted, so, you know, just make sure you get the right shade. And it makes my makeup stay in place, and then it helps the rest of my makeup, like, you know, my powder, my blush, highlighter, everything just blend a lot easier. Really liking this little kit from Ulta, and I love using the bronzer, the highlighter, blush, everything in here looks amazing. And you know, a lot of people say Ulta is kind of like a cheap brand because it is drugstore, I guess you want to say, but this kit right here is really, really good. And I've tried a lot of bronzers, like the Butter Bronzer, the Hoola Bronzer, all those, and I really like these two because you can build them up, but they don't look patchy. You know, there's some that tend to look cakey or like muddy, I guess you could say, and these I've never had a problem with. And there's a shimmer and there's a matte one, so I mix both because I like that little shimmer that the bronzer, the shimmer bronzer has. But if you don't like shimmer, you could just use the matte one. Blush in here as well. I have other favorite brushes, or different blushes that are like more my favorite, but I like this one like because it does have a little shimmer to it, and it goes with the eye, so we will use it. Once I do that, I go in with that brush that I use with my powder, and I would just kind of go over it lightly. Make sure that it's not too harsh. To make sure, because I know right now we look powdery and kind of scary, and you think, oh my gosh, if I hug her, everything's going to fall off. But that's why we use setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And this is just going to melt all the powders into your skin. What I'm going to go ahead and do is add my lashes, and I will be right back. Before I do add them, I know the only reason I'm showing the lashes that I'm putting on, which are these ones right here, I usually don't show my lashes because they're just like a whatever lash, but a lot of people ask me about these because I put them on my Snapchat, and they asked me where I got them and blah blah blah, how much they were. So these are, if you live in Yuma, there's a store called 4th Ave, I believe, and these were $8. I think that's with tax and everything. And these are in the style D13, and they are stunning. Like, they are a thicker band, so if you like thinner, you know, I don't know if there's another one that has a thinner band, but these are thicker, so that's why I feel like not adding eyeliner would be okay because these are gonna give me that effect of eyeliner. So I just think these are beautiful and they're reusable and they're so fluffy. So yeah, let me go ahead and add these and I will be right back. My lashes are on. I'm just adding a little bit of eyeshadow, the same thing I did on top, on the bottom, just so they don't look very lonely. Mascara, using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. It's amazing. Just so they're not lonely as well. For lipstick, you can't even see what this lipstick is anymore. I think it's one of the melted ones. I think that's what they're called. But I think it looks really pretty with this eye color. Alright everyone, so this is our finished look using the Milani Pure Passion palette. You guys can see this was super gorgeous, super affordable, super easy to create so many looks. Maybe in my next holiday I will be doing an only matte eyeshadow look. I did it the other day and it was stunning. So that's more of like for the people that just like all matte or just want to look a little bit less glowy, you know. So I hope you guys liked it. I really had so much fun creating this glitter eyeshadow. You know, this glitter is stunning. I think it was like $4 if I'm correct, but I'll have things listed for you, or if you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up in my social media and I will have answers for you guys. Like I said, I've been trying to do quotes for you guys, but quotes have been kind of off. So I'm just giving you guys a little bit motivational speech. And my speech for, I guess, this video is holidays are coming. It's a season to be with your family, to be grateful for the good and bad things that have been happening in your life, because everything happens for a reason. Everything has a purpose. And, you know, it's just being grateful for the little things. You know, a lot of people want to see big, want to see things literally right before them, but it's the little things that have gotten you this far. You know, whether it's a new job, a new partner, you know, changing up things in your routine, or just getting closer to your faith, or getting closer to people you haven't talked in a while. It's just changing up things and being thankful for, like I said, all the little things. So I hope you guys are being thankful. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Leave me nice comments below and I will reply to you guys. Follow me on all my social medias. Please subscribe and I will see you guys next time. Bye.